Taylor Swift does not require an introduction. She is a stunning, inspiring, and extraordinarily brilliant singer and songwriter, and has achieved considerable fame in the span of her career. This artist has exhibited a wide variety in her singing and remarkable maturity in her songwriting since her entry in the music scene, for which she has been praised and recognized. Taylor has already crossed genres a few times, battled and won a high-profile legal battle, and established herself as a prolific songwriter. So what else is there to know about the artist from Pennsylvania? Well, you're in luck, because in this video we'll be sharing some amazing facts about Taylor Swift. Watch until the end to learn more about the famous singer/songwriter, because the more you know her, the more you fall for her. So here are 20 bizarre facts about Taylor Swift that you might not know. Number 1. Taylor Swift is named after a well-known songwriter. Taylor was born on December 13 to parents Andrea and Scott Swift, which explains her love with the number. Both of her parents were proven to be fans of the singer/songwriter James Taylor after naming their only child after him. James Taylor revealed in a 2015 interview with Parade that he was shocked to learn that he was Taylor's namesake. "I was surprised to find out Taylor Swift is named after you," stated interviewer Walter Scott. "I was too," JD replied. "Taylor and I played a gig together about 2 years before she became so amazingly successful. Then she invited me to come finish one of her tours about 4 years ago at Madison Square Garden." Number 2. She's a fantastic dinner party guest. This is your formal invitation to join us for dinner whenever you're in town, Taylor Swift. Taylor highlighted her go-to dinner party method in a post titled, "30 Things I Learned Before Turning 30" for Elle in 2019. "I've always cooked a lot, but I found 3 recipes I know I'll be making at dinner parties for life. Innergarten's real meatballs and spaghetti. I just use packaged breadcrumbs and only ground beef for meat. Nigella Lawson's mud-laid chicken. And Jamie Oliver's chicken fajitas with mole sauce. Getting a garlic crusher is a whole game changer," she said. "I also learned how to immediately calculate Celsius to Fahrenheit in my head, which is what I'm pretty sure the internet would call a weird flex." Number 3. As a youngster, Taylor would use Sharpie as eyeliner. Taylor also discussed how she became interested in skincare in the same interview. "After my teen years and early 20s of sleeping in my makeup and occasionally using a Sharpie as eyeliner. Which, side note, don't do it. I felt like I needed to start being nicer to my skin," she said. "I now moisturize my face every night and put on body lotion after I shower, not just in the winter, but all year round. Because why can't I be soft during all the seasons?" Right you are, Taylor. Right you are. Number 4. She first dreamed of being on Broadway. Taylor had stars in her eyes as a child, but initially she only saw Broadway. Taylor used to visit to New York for singing and acting classes before entering the music industry, and she dreamt of auditioning for Broadway. In a 2012 interview with Taste of Country, Taylor stated, "I went to several auditions in New York. I was always going there for vocal and acting lessons. And for auditions, where you stand in line in a long hallway with a lot of people, I've always been freakishly tall like a giant. After a few years of auditioning in New York and not getting anything, I started writing songs. But I never lost my love for theater." Number 5. She wrote a novel when she was 14. Taylor not only has songwriting skills, but she also authored a whole non-autobiographical novel when she was 14 years old. A Girl Named Girl is a novel about a mother who wanted a son, but ended up getting a daughter. Taylor told GQ that her parents still have the novel's original manuscript. It was never released to the public. Number 6. Taylor is crazy paranoid about being secretly recorded. In a 2014 Rolling Stone interview, she stated, "The janitor who's being paid by TMZ could record me. This is gonna sound like I'm a crazy person. Well, you don't even know. I have to stop myself from thinking about how many aspects of technology I don't understand." And she has taken tremendous precautions to prevent these things from happening. According to Rolling Stone, Taylor paid $5 million for a unit across the hall to house her security crew when she moved into her $15 million New York condo. Taylor expresses concern about wiretapping in the same report, saying, "Don't even get me started on wiretaps. It's not a good thing for me to talk about socially. I freak out." However, as Jody Rosen pointed out in a 2013 New York Magazine story, Taylor has reason to be concerned about her personal safety. Police detained a man earlier that year at Taylor's mansion in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, where he had swum 2 miles to see the young singer. Stalkers have come up on her property twice that year alone. So it's not unreasonable to be concerned about what the power of technology can do, even in the hands of a fellow star. Number 7. Taylor composed her first song, Lucky You, at the age of 12 after learning to play 3 guitar chords from a visiting computer repairman. Taylor related a story on a promotional DVD from 2009 about a computer tech repairman who came to her house and spotted her guitar. He asked whether she was a musician and offered to teach her a few chords. She can now play the guitar, banjo, piano, ukulele, and electric guitar. Number 8. Taylor is obsessed with Perrier the drink. She always keeps a variety of flavors in her refrigerator, including black cherry, pomegranate, blueberry, strawberry, key lime, and tangerine lime. Number 9. Her lucky number is 13. Taylor, unlike the majority of Western civilization, is not triskaidekaphobic or terrified of the number 13. In fact, she enjoys it so much that it influences her major decisions. She turned 13 on Friday, December 13, 2002, after being born on December 13, 1989. Her debut album was certified gold after 13 weeks. She paints a 13 on her palm before each show, remarking, "It's really weird." She said in 2009 that every time she received an award, she was seated in the 13th row seat section, or row M, which is the 13th letter. Oh, and her first number 1 hit had a 13-second intro. Basically, she says, whenever a 13 comes up in my life, it's a good thing. Number 10. Her family moved to Tennessee so she could start a career in country music. Taylor was born on December 13, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania. But when she was 14 years old, she and her family relocated to a lakeside property in Hendersonville, Tennessee, to help her break into the country music scene. Her father was even transferred to Merrill Lynch's Nashville office. Taylor told The Telegraph in an interview that after watching a Faith Hill documentary, she felt compelled to pursue country music in Nashville. Number 11. She uses a pseudonym. Taylor Swift's previous alias appears in the track metadata of a version of her song, Look What You Made Me Do, that appeared in an episode of Killing Eve. Nils Sjoberg is Taylor Swift's pseudonym. Taylor initially used Nils Sjoberg when she secretly co-wrote ex-Calvin Harris hit single, This Is What You Came For, with Rihanna in 2016. Her vocals feature on the song as well, ingeniously disguised with Rihanna's. Taylor supposedly utilized a pseudonym on the song with Calvin Harris, so that their relationship at the time didn't overshadow the tune. Fans speculated that she used her alias again on the cover of her song, Look What You Made Me Do, which was included on Killing Eve, so Performer record company owned by Scooter Braun would not receive royalties. Scooter acquired the master recordings of Taylor's first 6 albums from her former label, Big Machine Records, prompting Taylor to openly express her displeasure. Number 12. Taylor certainly has a wonderful sense of humor. It isn't hesitant to cast some shade when necessary. Taylor has definitely played with humor in her music. Indeed, one of her most popular songs began as a joke. Taylor wrote Blank Space in response to public rumors about her personal life. The tabloids said at the time that she was passing through men quickly, dumping them, and then writing a song about them. Taylor responded by reclaiming the narrative of the song, written from the perspective of the media's perception of her. Number 13. Taylor transferred to Aaron Academy to be homeschooled after attending a typical high school during her freshman and sophomore years. This worked well for her hectic tour schedule. The singer remembers completing homeschool study on the floors of airport terminals before embarking on a radio tour, traveling between venues in a rental car and staying in motels. Number 14. Taylor Swift is the first country singer to win an MTV Video Music Award. Her video, You Belong With Me, won Best Female Video, resulting in the now famous incident in which Kanye West stole the mic from her on stage. Number 15. She decorated her apartment with a framed image of the infamous Kanye West VMA scandal. Taylor has a framed portrait of Kanye West interrupting her victory speech at the 2009 VMAs in the living room of her Nashville duplex, according to a New York Magazine reporter who interviewed her there. It is hung above a handwritten note that reads, "Life is full of little interruptions." Number 16. She learned to play guitar on a 12-string. Taylor learned to play a 12-string guitar before ever picking up a 6-string, despite being told her hands were too tiny. According to her mother, she began playing it for 4 hours every day, increasing to 6 on the weekends. she would develop calluses on her fingers, which would cause them to crack and bleed. Her mother mentioned that they would tape them up, and she would continue to play. Number 17. She has film and television credits on her resume too. The music star has appeared in several feature films, television shows, and a self-directed short film. Taylor Swift is a singer-songwriter first and foremost, but when she isn't creating #1 hits or selling out stadiums on tour, the pop star occasionally switches up her guitar for a script. She's made cameos in both large and small screen projects since her rise to stardom. As a country darling in the 2000s, whether as a one-time guest on a random episode of CSI, or as a lead performer in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats film adaptation. Number 18. She wrote and sang her hit, Our Song, for her 9th grade talent show. For a talent show for the 9th grade, Taylor Swift wrote Our Song. However, on April 14, 2008, the singer-songwriter received the Female Video of the Year and the Overall Video of the Year awards at the fan-voted 2008 CMT Music Awards in Nashville, where the stage was much bigger and the audience much more enthusiastic. Number 19. Time magazine included Taylor in its 2017 Person of the Year edition. Taylor was interviewed as a silence breaker because she spoke out and testified against the man she claimed was squeezing her butt at a meet and greet in 2013. He sued her for defamation after he was fired as a result of her report of the incident. She successfully countersued for $1. Taylor's response to the question of what she wants her followers to take from her experience was, "My advice is that you not blame yourself, and do not accept the blame others will try to place on you." Number 20. She's the reason GoFundMe increased its donation limit. The crowdsourcing platform, GoFundMe, increased its donation cap because of Taylor Swift. The decision was made when Taylor attempted to donate $50,000 to Naomi Oakes, an 11-year-old leukemia patient who uses the song Bad Blood by Taylor as her fight song. Taylor had to split up the payment into 4 parts, since the GoFundMe campaign for the girl had a donation cap. GoFundMe chose to raise its donation limit from $15,000 to $50,000 in response to Taylor's generosity. Rob Solomon, the CEO of GoFundMe, stated in a comment on the business blog that Taylor Swift's donation was so significant that it compelled them to raise the platform's donation cap. And those were 20 facts about Taylor Swift. Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.